Yo, yo, good morning, good morning. Yo, yo, good morning. Good morning. Nothing's going to change for a while. We're going to be working on these guys pretty much forever. Excuse me. This isn't very early. I've tried to reset my schedule. Compared to how terrible my schedule's been for like the last week, this is really good. I'm going to probably need like 1 or 2 more days to really finalize the schedule, clean the room, and then get ready for like the proper streams, but it's much better than it was. Because I would be getting up at like 4 a.m., which is just unbearable because I'd go to bed at like 4 p.m. Yeah, so the goal is to kind of chill out here until noon, come back, clean. I gotta set up Mochi's bed. I need to get the wheel going. I gotta buy some stuff for the wheel. And then before the end of the week, we should be back to normal. It's been a good run of trying to piece things back together, but we're pretty much there. So that's good news. It's a Monday, December 1st. December thirst. The blessed month. The Christmas month. Reznov, hello, sir. Thank you, man. We're good. We're waiting to go in for my preferably final back appointment, so that's going to be lovely. Kind of done going every other day. But thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Yeah, my, hopefully my final back appointment will be today. I'd say I'm pretty much healed, but I still have pain. It's more of like a nagging annoyance. And I really just want to be done with it. Yeah, we're good, man. We're good, sir. Thank you. It's like anything in life, it just takes time. Time and patience. But yeah, hopefully before the end of the week, we'll be good to go. This room needs a bit of a redo. I had it cleaned a few days ago, but it's become a shithole again. Because we gotta get back to, the gaming. Does anyone know when, the new League season's supposed to come out? Is it January? I think it might be January. It's January? Okay. I guess that would make sense. That's the new year. Pretty much got one more month of chilling. And then we can get back into it. January 9th? Okay. Excellent. We will see how that goes. I feel like garbage today. Holy shit. Me do not feel good. I'm so used to getting up at 4 a.m. it feels weird to have like a semi-normal time. I think for like a year straight during the event it was perfect, and then after that it just went to shit. And now we're trying to like recover trying to recover the once good schedule. With disastrous effects. it's a very, it was very consistent, I'll say that. Not very exciting, but very consistent. We'll see what happens next season. Supposedly there's going to be new things coming back. And by new things, I mean old things. Because some of the best ideas are the ones that have already been thought out and played out. Good morning, good morning. I may have seen them a while ago, but I can't think of any, like, off the top of my head. Aren't they mostly, like, 40k stuff? Should be. We'll see how I'm feeling when I go in. I kind of feel like shit right now, not my back, but my head. My back is, like, oddly in limbo. It's really good, and then it gets kind of, like, icky. But ideally, today should be the last appointment. But yeah, in regards to one-page minis, did they do, like, everything? I can't remember. Was it every typical game, like fantasy, sci-fi? I assumed it was more so 40k. Because you got, like, Space Lizardmen, I think I saw at one point. Zarin, yo, buddy. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. We're not going to be here long. I'm probably going to be here another hour, maybe. Maybe like an hour and a half. We'll see. The world is healing. My schedule's healing. The world is healing. Well, this room needs a bit of a clean. We'll see. I don't think I'll be doing that, but a new wheel is coming. The Wheel of Wonder. I have to order a new webcam. Or maybe when I'm out this morning at my appointment, I may just go pick one up. Because Mochi needs a new webcam. The camera that he usually uses, it was with Ivana now. Mochi needs his webcam. Yeah, I've seen Trench Crusade. I don't think it's for me personally, but I've seen it. Most of the grimdark stuff is kind of beyond me right now, but it looked pretty interesting as a setting. I know they just did like plastic minis and stuff like that, which is cool. Injection molded plastic minis are a very good start. Even though the game is more agnostic, so you can kind of just use whatever, but that's cool. You can't really go wrong with miniature kits for very specific things. Yeah. They look pretty good from the ones I'd seen. I'm not really a fan of 3D printed, like, official miniatures. I'd prefer plastic kits, and I know they're doing that now, but the sculpts are pretty interesting. They're good. Like, 3D printing is amazing, but I don't like working with resin. It's icky. Icky, icky. Oh yeah, it's infinitely well, I would... Yeah, it is objectively cheaper, but I would even argue that, like... Because I've done 3D printing. I do love it. I think it's amazing. But the process of 3D printing, for me, is worth just as much as miniatures that I'd buy from a store. The process is the worst thing in the world. But it is, like, objectively cheaper. I think if you can buy 3D prints from people, that's probably... It's something I would prefer to do instead of, like, printing them myself, but it's, 3D printing with resin is just disturbing. It is smelly, it's messy, it takes up a lot of space. It's its own hobby, it's its own, like, workflow. It's a bit of a process. And, I've had my fair share of, that process for a little bit, and it wasn't very fun, but 3D printing is, like, invaluable. It's amazing. Super amazing. Pretty sure the new machines might be infinitely better, though, in terms of, like, calibrating and everything, because typically with printers, you have to sit there and, like, dial things in, test print, watch 100 YouTube videos, at least when I was doing it, but I'm sure these days the printers are, like, very much self-automated. Everything's kind of, like, dialed in for you. At least I'd hope it is. I know of that game, but no, I've never considered it. If they had, like, little potato dwarf people, maybe, but I do know of it, though. The potato dwarves. I would imagine it's much easier. Yeah, with the new machines and stuff like that, I'm sure it is. They're kind of like phones where they're always one-upping each other for, like, new features. But yeah, it is a hobby in itself for sure. I wish what I could do was 3D model, and then you'd use the 3D printer to kind of just make every, like, bit you'd want ever. That's my ideal thing for, like, 3D printing at this point, but it's a bit of a task. A little bit of a task. Like, I need new shield bits. I need new this. I think that'd be cool. Well, everything takes practice. Getting it just about right is, you know, and up to standard with what you think is good is tough. Hobbies take time. I'm sure a lot of people who've worked in that industry have, like, dialed everything in, but with starting anything, it's usually a bit of a learning curve, especially with the programs. Like 3D printing programs, not 3D printing programs, but more so like the modeling programs are very confusing to look at. But yeah. That is something I wish I could do. I just don't really have time. Weight bias gain. There you go, sir. Isn't texturing mostly with brushes? Not with, I guess that'd be what? Well, do you call them brushes when you work in 3D space? Because I know my girlfriend who's like not a 3D artist, but she uses different textured brushes. It probably does depend. Yeah. Nothing is ever black and white, but I need a new piece of sandpaper soon. Oh my god. Uh, should be good enough for now. Photos, yeah. But whenever you do anything like that, typically photo referencing is like key, which is cool because I mean you could just go out and like take photos of things or rip it from Google Images, whatever it may be. It's fun. It's very involved, I should say, which is cool. I'm pretty sure the closer you are to nature, the more you understand how things should look. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yes, sir. Most of Warhammer is a grind. We're not very close to finishing, but we're getting there. We've got a lot more to do. A little bit less time, but a lot more to do. No, all the songs are good, sir. All of the music is good. On stream, off stream, everywhere. Yeah, it'll be a labor of love. Getting everything done. It will be a labor of love. But you know, you gotta stay committed. You gotta grind it out and build every single thing. And then paint every single thing. And then base every single thing. So we'll see how this goes. So many more things to do. I will one day be free of the shackles of scraping mold lines and nubs. Okay. I should really just get new sandpaper. This thing is just falling apart. It is not going to work any longer. Where is the sandpaper? Let's see, is this 1,000 grit? It is. Blessed be the 1,000 grit. The holy number. Good. Well, that was before the price increase and stuff like that, right? What even came in that box? Psychedelic Slow, sir. Like, how much is 120 euros to USD? Is it 200 bucks? $140? I'm gonna still say it's about 200 bucks. With the amount of shit you get in the box, it'll be probably 200 bucks. Anything under 200 would be pleasant. Anything over would be acceptable. You just get so much random shit in the box. Yeah. That's 2023, though. It's 2 years ago. Did it come with, like, coasters and bookmarks and prints and everything? Because going to all those different factories to kind of have them produced is probably quite a bit of money. But who knows? The only way to know is to see it, what, next week? Like, why don't they just tell you the prices before it goes live? So you can kind of plan accordingly. That would make sense. I would like to know when it is out. Well, again, who knows how much it's going to be, man. Maybe it will be that inexpensive compared to what I'm thinking it is. Still a lot of money. Especially for something that just sits on a shelf, but they most likely want to get it out before Christmas. You know, it's the big Christmas rush. Everyone's going to spend on the holidays. It's like, you already know they're going to be on eBay, though. Yeah, exactly. Christmas funds go in many different directions. I don't really purchase much for myself, to be honest. I own, like, the Warhammer that I want. I have. Yeah. I'm not easily coerced into things. My brain is a fortress with its gates barred. Games Workshop cannot weed its way into my mind. I'm too much of a one-dimensional beast. Kubero, yo, buddy. Oh, that's the goal of a business. They want to release a million different things for you to buy, but you got to stay your hand. Stay your hand and stay in your lane. Yes, sir. It is indeed. New name for the channel, YouTube channel, Twitter, Discord. Hopefully I can do some YouTube videos on this channel that are not really edited, but more so just like very low-key stuff. We'll see. I think the one thing that would get me from GW would be like art prints. They used to do prints of a lot of their old work through like the Black Library stuff, but they don't do that much so often anymore. Unfortunately. I have no wall space, but I need the prints. I need the prints. Displayed is... yeah, they're alright. I want more of, like, papered prints. Frameable papered prints. Displayed is good, though, yeah, for sure. I want all of the 6th edition, 7th edition, 8th edition stuff in prints. Kind of like with League, but LOR. It's like they're never going to bring it out. Not all of it, at least. Ciao, hello, sir. We are chilling until I have to go in for my back appointment. What, Display? Display's everywhere in terms of advertising. The biggest issue with Display is that they've got a bunch of, like, weird art selections. Not everything is official. And I'm sure some people who upload to, like, Display aren't even, like, the owner of the art they're uploading. It's kind of like Redbubble. Redbubble's got a lot of, like, theft. I can't be for certain if, like, Display's got a lot of that stuff, but I've seen a bit of it. I just don't know who made it. It seems very odd. But the official stuff is good. Displate. Yeah. Well, I tried to get a Displate sponsorship. They said they weren't interested. So, it is what it is. The quality of the plates are good, though. Well, they've got money for advertising. It's like any brand that has money for advertising, you'll see it everywhere. It's like Raid Shadow Legends. It's a very easy thing to get somebody who doesn't want something cool to put on their wall. Like, even little Timmy with, like, an art print of, like, a game controller that says, "I'm a gamer," is something their mom would get. Like, everyone could appreciate something on their wall. It's like the all-encompassing gift. Are you a gamer? Here's a game poster. Do you like Magic? Here's some Magic displates, or Warhammer displates. It's just everywhere. They've got League, they have Warhammer, they've got RuneScape. WoW. Everything. Yeah, that's not happening. No, sir. Bear, hello, sir. Um, maybe a little bit of MTG, but not too much. I'm not like a TCG guy. TCGs are Satan. It's gambling for the children. Riftbound is pretty much as far as I'm going to go. That's it. Nothing else. Just Riftbound. Riftbound is the end of the road. The Pokemon fans are rabid. The MTG fans, rabid. I feel like any sort of TCG kind of eats itself eventually. It's just inherently going to be scalped. with everything being random and like card prices being so absurd. Although it definitely matters when people kind of like catch on to things, because years ago I don't think Pokemon was this bad, but now it's like one of the worst things. Yu-Gi-Oh's still a thing. I don't. It's not bigger than like Pokemon or anything, but yeah, it's still around. You can go into any sort of card shop and find Yu-Gi-Oh. 100%. Oh no, it's any sort of TCG is pricey. Most people, I mean, if you are going to play it, it's cheaper than collecting it, obviously, but it's kind of a never-ending fight. New set comes out, you want to play it, you want to collect it. They do new sets like what? Every few months? They get out of one set, and then at the very end of it, it's like, hey, we've got 3 more. Yeah, it's a bit of an uphill battle for sure. But everyone likes what they like. TCGs are, if you get addicted to TCGs, good luck. Thankfully, I've never been there. But yeah, they can absolutely be rough. Zootopia 2. Yeah, I'm good. Those fandoms are a little bit odd, but every fandom's a bit strange. Stay off of Twitter. Don't go to Reddit. Don't read anything. Don't see anything. Get away from them. Whatever you do, don't interact with Sonic fans. I don't even know what these are supposed to be. What is wrong with... Where's the instruction? Is this it? What is wrong with their helmets? Like, what is the helmet supposed to be? Is it just a fucking mold line? It's just a mold line. Sure. I think they have even more with, like, ranks and stuff like that. I haven't played, so I have no clue, and I don't really plan on using hammers, but they should still have, like, 2. Minimum. Hammers have, like, weapon skill 5. Those things are dirty. But no one's gonna charge them. No one's gonna get into combat with them. At least willingly. But, yeah, I don't really plan on using them anytime soon, so I'm not sure. It hath been a while. I remember running them with, like, Thorgrim back in the day, but that thing was, like, half your army. Fucking mad expensive. Just, God, no one wants to go near it. Get away. Get away. The back's getting better. I've got one more appointment today. Yeah, so... People do play them, though. I've seen a bunch of games where people take hammers, but it's quite the investment for a unit that, unless you're playing with, like, an anvil, isn't really going to go too far, I'm assuming. Like, haste and urgency, Strollas, a bunch of ways to kind of get them in, but maybe you can use them as more of a counterpunch unit. Like, they're just very expensive. They fucking hurt, but, you know. Trudge them up the board or wait in reserves and pray they get something good. By God, they are expensive. Yeah. Thank you. I eventually do want to do a Royal Clans army, but it's not going to be anytime soon. And then, of course, you're going to have hammers and, you know, Shield Bearer King and whatnot. Royal Clan warriors. The goal is to make them elite. Elite of the elite. Smash the Groby. I mean, if you're throwing hammers into goblins, yeah. Yeah. Everything in Old World seems pretty lax, though. Everything seems a little bit more tame. I do want to play, though. It's been a while. I want to get back to gaming. It's just the thought of building a whole nother army seems, like a distant, fucked up future. Today, if anything, if I get on, it's just going to be League, but I'm still cleaning. I'm not doing anything yet. It'll be probably midweek. I have to do a few things before then. Get back to normal soon this week. This week, 100%, we're getting back to, like, variety and stuff, but I need to, organize this room and get, like, a new wheel and everything, which I've ordered. Because the wheel is coming back, the Mochi Cam's coming back. The games are returning, but I need, probably about a day or two more just to make sure everything's good. The Warhammer streams are probably going to be pushed back either at the end of the day or just stay as, like, the beginning of the day. Although I do quite like the idea of waking up and just doing this instead of playing games. And then playing games at, like, noon, maybe. This is more of, like, a relaxed, easygoing morning. Pasta, yo, buddy. Well, hammers are, like, your best infantry. Hammer-wise, I mean, not much of an anvil, but yeah, they're very, well, technically they are. I mean, God, you can give them shields, and I think they have, like, a natural 4-up. Put some banners on them, some runes. They're just very expensive, and people will just avoid them, is the issue. It's like, if they know most of your points are in one spot, unless you're forcefully giving them the hammers, it's just not going to happen. Maybe just park them by something, and then if you get charged, you get the counter charge. I have no clue. No clue for the old world. Oh, my legs. Oh! Good heavens. I need to see the GW website. Let's see what this is meant to be. Let's see. Dwarf cannon and organ gun, $60. Okay, let's see. Oh, is it really meant to be one plate? At least that's how they scraped it, as one plate. It's always interesting to go back and just see how certain people clean their miniatures, because sometimes when you've got like the big mold line going through, you just don't really know what's what. Oh, this isn't another one. Whoops. It's the split beard. So they just scraped it out completely. Oh, no, they didn't. Hmm. It is a crime scene. I quit my job to watch your stream. Did you really? Well, we've only got a little bit more time to scrape plastic, and then I gotta go get ready. I gotta eat, I gotta shower. At least one good thing. At least one good thing. Well, I've got one more appointment today. Well, that's good, man. Good. Fuck it. Life isn't about doing one thing forever. You do have to kind of move on with certain things and sometimes reinvent yourself, so that's good, man. Sometimes it is about making that sacrifice and saying, you know what, this shit is not for me. Hmm. Sometimes you do need a break. You need a life change. Oh. Can't stay the same forever. Hey, what the fuck am I even looking at? Pretty much. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at here. There's like a weird... You've got like the plates on the sides of the helmet, and then you've got this like little weird nub. I don't know if that's like part of the helmet. I'm trying to see... You could do whatever you want with it, but... Technically, it doesn't matter. It could be whatever. I'm gonna leave it as is. think we've heard this song 3,000,500 billion fucking times. And although it's not a bad song, but good God. My brain, give me something different. Let's do Scald. Give me something different. All right. I'd say this crewman is mostly done. They were pretty good. Yeah, they had one album, but the album was really well done. They could have done something more with it, but, I mean, being in a band is not easy, I'm assuming. If you're a small band like that, you just kind of make it for fun, and, you know, you've got work and other things you do. They were great, though. I liked them. I think they were Swedish. It was like a Swedish, weird, pirate metal band. Yeah. Netherlands. Yeah, I gotcha. They were good, though. I did like them. Two Dowie crew members. Dowie crew. I actually wonder if I should turn this guy into my sapper. Mr. Trenchworks. Gotta give him the ancestral spade. Shovel. Maybe. Samuel, hello, sir. Yo, yo. This is a problem for another time. Most of these kits were kind of made to be modular. They're all kind of designed with like a back torso and a front torso. Most of the kits you can just kind of finagle. If it doesn't fit perfectly, you can like chop a few things up and make it fit, but not every army is going to be like that. Like, you could pretty much put any ball-socketed arm in here. Like, this is from Dwarf Warriors. This is a cannon crew. Or artillery crew, so you can kind of fit whatever, right? They were meant to be modular, but it doesn't necessarily mean you have to do it, right? Like, this arm is from the Dwarf Miners. Yeah, so... And again, finagling, right? Like, it's meant to be a hobby. You're supposed to chop things up and kind of, like, convert and do whatever you want. It's very much about doing what you want to do. The utmost freedom in your hobby. Yeah. Typically, you build things for, like, the roles you give them. If this is going to be an artillery crew member, they're probably going to have some sort of, shells or war machine, calibrating tools. These two are good for now. Oh, man. Body. Oh, cracking my body. Ugh. Holy moly. Ugh. Warhammer is basically the equivalent of, like, Old League. At least the Old World is, I should say. If you want to sit here and create whatever it is you want to create, you can do that. The freedom you get is liberating. Excellent. Who knows? One day they might even do a League of Legends tabletop game that isn't a board game. I can see it. That's a market that's yet to be tapped into for Riot, so maybe. Especially with Mark Merrill being a 40k fan. I have no clue. But if they were going to make it, it'd probably be maybe some sort of skirmish game. I have no idea. I need music. This is not keeping me awake. Give me some metal. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. Bum. There we go. Holy shit, music. The Monday morning tunes. As I fall asleep. We're good, sir. Mochi's going to be making his debut very soon. Mochi will be back. Within the next 2 days, Mochi will make his return. If he wants to be on stream. If he wants to. But we're good. It's just getting really fucking cold here. It's freezing. That is true. It's just how cold things are here. You open the window and you just get turned into a popsicle. Now, Mochi's in the bedroom sleeping. Mochi's chilling with Mama. This room is too much of a mess. That's why I don't really want him in here. I have to kind of clean everything out and bring forth the wheel. Just bring back a lot of stuff. That's not an animated one, no, it's a real one. It's a real fireplace. It's the hearth of hobbying. No, he's just not in this room. This room was pretty much perfectly cleaned until I started doing Warhammer, and now I've got shit everywhere. Oh. I moved out the wheel. The wheel is completely retired until later this week, which freed up a bit of space, and then I ended up going through storage and kind of pulling a few things out, but... Oh. It's just a dwarf helmet. It's like a LARP helmet that's wearable. Made of real Gromrel. I made it myself. With hammer and anvil. In the forges of Carrick 8 Peaks. Alone. Surrounded by goblins and Skaven. The dead forges. It's not the same helmet now. That helmet doesn't even fit on that shelf. That one is way too big. I didn't make them myself, by the way. I think it was a company out of Russia who did, like, LARP gear. It's just a dwarven helmet. But the one in the picture is way too big. Because it has the, it's got the beard bit. And that shelf isn't very big. It's just a Billy bookcase. Yeah, this room has no space. The space I need right now is going to be most likely after the move. If I can for some reason find like a nice space to set up shop with like a Warhammer room, I'd love that, but I just don't know what the future holds. I have no clue. I'd love more wall space, because I've got a bunch of things that need space on the walls, and I'd like, just room. This room is very crammed. We've got, like, the League stream, the League background. We've got this stream with the Warhammer background. So this room is, like, pretty much jam-packed with, like, everything I need to, work, I guess you could say. But no space to breathe, which is unfortunate. Alright, I should be getting out of here in about 20 minutes, maybe, folks. It is cool, though. But, who knows what Games Workshop's going to do in the future. I'd love to see some sort of replica Dwarven gear. They ended up partnering with a LARP company, and the LARP company was making a bunch of, like, Landschneck things, and they made Galmaraz. I think they did a Rune Fang at some point, so it's very, very LARP-heavy, very Empire-inspired. But, who knows? Cool things for the shelf that you look at, and it brings you joy, and that's all they do. They bring you joy, and they bring you good memories, which is awesome. Ooh, good old memories. Germany is pretty big for LARPing, yeah. Germany and Russia. Those two places have, like, the LARPers. Pretty sure most other places just have, like, cosplayers, which is fine, but LARPing is a whole different beast. LARPing is like Total War IRL. You just run around and beat people up with your weapons. Yeah, it's fun. I don't think I would do it, but, like, the costuming aspect is always cool. Any sort of real-world prop that you can kind of bring out from, like, a game, a setting, anything completely fabricated that's brought to, like, reality is cool. I just don't think I'd want to LARP. I don't think I'd be there, like, screaming dwarven insults. Maybe, though, that could be fun. I'll use my years of League experience. Well, yeah, I mean, it's all in good fun. It is all in good fun at the end of the day. Everyone gets exhausted. I mean, walking around in all that gear and then kind of, like, doing things physically for, I'm sure, hours, you're done. You're not going to continue. It's just done. Yeah. You call it quits. I still think from like a hobby aspect, from an artistic point of view, it's a very interesting thing. The amount of work that goes into making everything and then having it be like accurate to, you know, tabletop and whatnot, like that's cool. In terms of what you do with your voice, that's up to you, you know. Um, but yeah, the artistic side of LARPing, I think, is my most intriguing aspect. Okay. Ugh. Let us sand another. Sand some hair. The thick, greasy dwarven hair. The louse-infested nest. I haven't bathed in 3 weeks, laddie. Christ, you could cook some French fries in me locks. Get to boiling. The grease. That's not a pretty look. Yeah, holy moly. Let it go, bro. Let it go. I'm not kidding, buddy. The ancestors are not disappointed. It is what it is. Let it go. His hairline receded to the back of his head. Yeah. And that's what happens when you're in the Engineers Guild. I don't blame the man. Bro's been worked to death. Well, All things considered, it's progress. It's just very slow progress. One might say dwarvish. The crew is, how many more crew do we need? Actually, we need 9. Why am I running 4? God. I have so many things to do. I gotta build 4 war machines with all of their crew, which, it's not terrible, but that's like a whole unit in itself. 12 dwarves. A little bit of a handgunner detachment. Squad of rangers. Yeah, it's just slow progress. Warhammer is a very long-lived experience. It really does take a while to kind of get things rolling. But it is worth it if you can see it through. Which I'm sure most people do, but yeah. Have some faith, have some time, and some patience. Ooh. Portuguese, yo, buddy. Sir. Although I do have to leave soon. Worst movie I've seen? I don't even know. I couldn't answer that. I've seen a shit ton of movies, and that I have no clue. Oh, you know what? The worst movie I've seen recently, and by recently it's been over a year, was Venom: The Last Dance. That movie was so shit. That was a shit movie. I just don't care about Marvel. Between 5,000 symbiotes flying around and Tom Hardy's acting in that movie, I just don't even know what's going on. And I've seen the other ones, but like it is, I don't know. It wasn't really for me. That was probably my least favorite movie in recent memory. I do want to go see that new Predator movie, because apparently it was really good. And I've been a fan of Predator for ages, so... yeah, that'd be fun. Thunderbolts? Is that a movie, or is that like a show? I feel like I've heard of that from like Netflix, maybe? Wasn't that with the guy from Stranger Things? I've never seen that movie, I have no idea. I can usually tolerate whatever. I don't mind watching any movie, any show, but in hindsight, yeah, some of them just aren't my thing. There's somebody else's thing which is good, but for me, maybe not so much. Even if you've got a bad movie, people will love it. It's always subjective, but sometimes things are a little bit more unanimous. Man, the new Venom movie was not it. All right, folks, I think I need to call it here. I've got to have breakfast, or I have to go have breakfast. I have to shower. Um, I got to do a few more things before I head out to my appointment. Have the people watching Stranger Things 5? Was there really 4 seasons? Really? I mean, I like Stranger Things. I can't remember 4 seasons of it, but I did watch all of it. I liked it. Yeah, we're going to be on the main channel a little bit later today. I said I'd be on yesterday, but I tried to fix my sleep schedule because my schedule's been really bad. Right now, it seemingly is better. Yes, sir. Well, we're leaving right now, but yeah, we've got the hobby channel going again. New camera. Couple new brain cells to work with, which is lovely. But, yeah, I don't know. I did quite like Stranger Things. I thought it was cool. Let me just rub this down with a toothbrush. And I am going to call it for now. Yeah. This week is us kind of getting back to normal, so I don't really know when I want to do Warhammer streams. I've kind of been here pretty much every morning for the past week, just to chill out. And because my schedule's been so fucking terrible, like, I would be getting up at, like, 4 a.m. But, yeah. For today, I will be streaming on the main channel, if anything, a bit later, but I need to, clean this room now. Because Mochi's gonna come back in here. I've got the wheel coming back in here. There's a bunch of stuff, so... yeah. Ease back into some normalcy. Mainstream. Yeah, it's mainstream, but don't let other people tell you what to enjoy. Whoever the actors are off screen, I just like the show. Second channel subathon. Imagine a 24-hour Warhammer stream of just scraping things. Oh, man. Oh. It could be done. Ugh. I mean, most of the hobby is just a grind, right? I think over the last week we've been able to clean up, what is that, 10, 18, roughly 18 to 20 infantry. The engineers aren't done yet, but yeah, most of those infantry are pretty much done. Mostly done. Yeah. Don't tell Titan. Well, as I said, we're going to be streaming on the main channel. I actually do kind of like the idea of streaming Warhammer in the morning instead of in the evening. Like, when I wake up, I can do it until noon, and then call it quits, and then take some time for Mochi, and then go out for, like, whatever, and then come back and stream until I go to bed, maybe, or something like that. I'm not sure. Or I stream in the morning on the main channel until the afternoon, and then take off some time and then come back and do this. I'm not sure. Podium, thank you, man. Yeah, thank you folks for the follows, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, December is upon us, and I need to leave. So I've yapped enough, folks. Be well. You'll see me later, maybe. I do have to do a bit of cleaning, though. Ever since doing Warhammer again, this room has become a fucking nightmare. It is a plastic tomb. No, we're good. It goes well. All we do is scrape minis for now until we can get to, like, basing and painting, but... that being said, folks, be well. I will see you all later, and, take care and have a good day. Peace, peace, everyone. Be well.